We're talking about this, weren't we? I probably got dragged around loads and loads of games when I was little, but the first one I can remember is that Liverpool game at home where the beat were 4-1 and Michael Owen got that little, he was rubbing his grubby little hands together hat-trick. It was that, and I remember because I was a weird kid, like really weird, and I was about 10 at the time or something. And I remember them scoring and me thinking, that's a nice level of sound. Like the cheering from all the way over there was fine, I liked it. Then we scored and I was like, it's horrible, I hate that, I hope we never score a goal again. And I think I probably jinxed us for the entire remainder of time by doing that, but we lost 4-1, and I can't remember anything that happened in the match. I can just remember I didn't like the loudness when we scored, but did like the loudness when they scored. Favourite goal ever was, I went to see, it was the FA Cup game against Blackburn, the year we finished 5th, and I remember because it was been my birthday party the day before, and I'd stupidly, drunkenly bought tickets to the game, but like about 5 or 6 pints deep. That'll be a great idea, I'll go to the match tomorrow. And then when I finally got there, I was like sitting trembling in the seat. You know, one of them ones where you've had like 2-3 hours kip and no food. I was like, I shouldn't be here. Now everyone assumes I'm going to say the Ben Arthur goal from that game, where he just decided to play Blackburn on his own, but went around about 8-9 players, and there's only one camera angle of it, but it's not. It's the Gutierrez goal at the end that won it, because he was dead on his feet and they should have subbed him off. He could barely move, and in the last minute they just put him through and he just lifted it over the goalkeeper and got a Spider-Man mask out, and I just burst in. I was so like tired and weak and trembly and vulnerable, I just burst into tears, and I was like, he's worked so hard for that, and that was it. Favourite player growing up? Probably Robert. I think Rebecca's like, I just didn't, like, you know when you watch Messi now and he'll do something, you're like, wow, that's amazing, how did he do that? But you can still see that, like, if you could slow down time in your head, it's just what you do. You just dribble around everybody, wouldn't you, and pass it gently in the corner. You understand the thought process of everything Messi does. It's just impossible to recreate. Whereas I watch Robert clips and I don't think, like, I know how you did it, you just hit it really hard, but I'm always like, why did you do that? Why did you get the ball 45 yards out and think, well, I got to pass on there, and I got to pass on there, and he's moving there, but do you know what it is? I'm going to hammer it from here. Or like the ball's dropping out of the sky, I should probably try and control it and try and recycle the play. Nah, I'm just going to hammer it. He's my favourite growing up because I couldn't figure him out. What about this one? I was going to say, when I went to the FA Cup semi-final in Cardiff, because I vaguely remember being stood in the pouring rain with my shoes off, because I love the tune as the song goes. But we're just talking there, when Gutierrez scored the goal that kept us up against West Ham, right before we thought they were going to pump loads of money in and get a really good manager and end up being McLaren and went down, I was going out with this posh girl at the time, and we'd been to visit a posh family in the middle of, like, posh the south, and I was sat in the back of this posh car listening to the game on the radio. And then I think it was 5 Live, and went, oh, there's a goal at St James's Park. And I just felt, I was like, I'm going to listen to us get relegated in the back of this posh car with this dog licking me ear. And it just cut to the thing, and it was just like, it's a goal for Sissoko. He scored a header. And I'm like, they've got that wrong. That's a West Ham player, surely. You know, that just sticks in my head forever. It's on a windy country road, that. It was awful. I felt sick. Me and everybody else you'd ask this is going to say Bobby Robson. It's just Bobby Robson. He's my favourite everything, never mind a manager. I want to say Fabian Schär because I've got to use his name in the sign-off of like every video I do at work. But I think, if I'm being truthful, when I watch Matt Ritchie, right, he's not very good, but he's short and he's like really unnecessarily aggressive, and he runs around loads and he shouts at people and he just sort of works a bit and he like really cares about what happens. I think it's him, because if I look in the mirror, it's me, innit? Like I'm not any good, but I do shout a lot. I'm Matt Ritchie, so I think I appreciate that. I think if I was ever going to play for Newcastle, it would probably be like watching a really, really, really toned down version of Matt Ritchie. That fly did get up, by the way.
Did it?
Either that or he's brought a pal. but he's little and he's angry and he runs. It's a. Sorry.